in.
And I'm recording this for Stella.
And then unfold, and then we're gonna put both of them so like it's like a
Yep. Yep, got it.
And we fold the one that can be folded inwards into the little slot.
Got it. Got it. Got it. All right, man. And then what's the final push?
Like actually there are two more, so still like the triangle hanging out is pushed in, and then this fell out. So
wow.
And then just fold it. I fold it wrong.
All right. So we got to get started, buddy, but that's really cool. And I'm definitely going to learn how to do that myself. I would be very excited about that.
I learned it by myself. I didn't use anything like computer or an iPad or anything.
Wait, so you actually invented that?
Yeah.
Wow. That's very cool. So now, guys, I want to revisit something we did last week. And I want you all to pay attention. Jason B, I want you to put that away now, because it'll be distracting. Jason E, you need to unmute and put your video on. Okay. I also want to ask Jason E. Jason E, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right, good. Now, Jason E, when I ask you a question, you're going to either answer the question yes, or you're going to say pass. What you can't do is not answer. You got that? Give me a thumbs up if you understand that. Okay, great. So everybody, I ask a question, you say, oh, I got it. Mr. Kramer, I need more time, Mr. Kramer, or I pass. But you have to answer, because if you don't answer, I think you can't hear me. Does that make sense? All right, here we go. Do you remember how we did 195 times 5, or 196 times 5? And what was kind of fun about it is that we did 6 times 5 is what? And Jason E, you're not paying attention, so I know you're not going to get this. If you pay attention, Jason E, if you pay attention, I believe you will get this. All right, I'm going to try one more time. Jason E, I want you to keep your attention directly at the screen. 6 times 5 is 30. And that's why we put a 0 here and we carry a 3. Now that 3 gets added to the next one, which is 9 times 5. 9 times 5 is 45. 45 plus 3 is 48. And then we know that we're going to use that carry of 4 when we multiply. 5 times 1 is just 5, plus 4 is 9, and that's our final answer. Now, what happens if we do 35 times 38? Now, we have to do 8 times 5, which is what? On 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3.
40.
And watch how I write it. 40. 40. 8 times 3 is?
24.
But 24 plus 4.
28.
And 28 is our answer. Now, why am I allowed to just write 28? Why don't I have to write a carry of 2? Because, yeah, Eleanor?
Because yeah, no more numbers.
Right, and look, it works. Even if the 2 is carried, it's 2. But guess what? That's only 35 times 8. Now we have to do 30 times 35. So we have to create a placeholder. Now, when I make placeholders, I get a little carried away. Sometimes I make little faces and some hair, but I put that placeholder there because this is not 3. That 3 represents 30. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go 3 times 5 is, come on, guys.
15.
And wait a minute. Let's cross out the 4 and the 2 because we don't want to get those mixed up. Now, 3 times 5 is 15. And there it is. You got it? Now we have to carry that 1. Now we have to do what?
3 times 3.
Plus
1.
1, which of course is
10.
that's 10. That's right. So we add now the 2 lines. 0 and 0, 8 and 3, 13, 3 and 1. Answer 1,330. Now you get to try one on your own. So I'm going to give you 42 times 63. And I want you to write it down just like that and do your best. And if you have a question at this point, it'll be a great time to ask it. You don't want to just put down wrong answers. You want to ask good questions. And notice, guys, I've left this problem in front of us so we can really see. Whoops. There we go. Anybody ready to ask a question? All right, so Jason, do you have a question or do you have an answer?
Answer.
Okay, and what about you, Jason E? Where are you on this?
2 times 63.
I cannot hear you, Jason. You'll have to speak up.
42 times 63
Is
is 60.
do you have an answer?
140. 140.
140?
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting you said that. I don't see 140, but let's see, Jason B, what did you do?
Multiply 3 and 2 is 6. And 6 and multiply by 4.
No. Jason E, listen, you did a great job on 2 times 3. But now you have to do 3 times 4. You're not doing 6 yet. And the 3 times 4 is what?
12.
And then we do our placeholder. And then Jason B, what about 6 times 2? 6 times 4, go.
6 times 2 is 12. And then 4 times 6 plus 1 equals 25.
And so Jason E, do you see what we did? 3 times 2, 3 times 4, 6 times 2, 6 times 4. And what do we get? What'd you get for your final answer, Eleanor?
2,646.
Fantastic. Now, Valerie, how are you doing on this one, sweetheart?
Almost done.
Tell me where you are. What part have you done? And what part?
I've done all the multiplication and plus, and I just find out the answer.
Okay, go for it. And everybody start working on the next one.
I'm done.
Okay, go for it, Valerie.
I got 2,646.
Beautiful. You got it right. And beautiful job. Now, everybody work on the next one. Everybody look up and let's do this together. Jason E, come back. Let's do it. The first thing we're doing is what? Go, Eleanor.
7 times 9.
Which is, Jason, pay attention. Jason E. Come on, Jason. Everybody else pay attention. That's 63. That's 63. Valerie, you're next. What is, come on, Valerie, I can't see you. I can only see the top of your head. So next we're doing 9. Come on, what are we doing next?
4 times 9.
Come on, let's do it. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Valerie.
36.
But come on. Why am I not writing down 36?
Add 36. Wait. 42.
Right, you have to add the 6 to 36. Jason E, if you are listening, you would be looking and you would be learning. It would be amazing. So that is 42. And then what do we do next? This is the most important part, Jason B.
So 7 times 7.
No, that is not next. Jason E, what's next? Jason E, unmute yourself. Jason E, come back to us. Stop playing with what you're playing with. Unmute yourself and tell me what to do next.
Multiply. Draw a smiley face at the bottom of a 3.
Yeah. Smiley face at the bottom of the 3, which represents a 0 and a placeholder. Now, Jason E, what's next?
So 7 times 4.
No. Come on.
7 times 7 equals 40.
40 what?
49.
Great. And Jason B, what's next?
4 times 7 plus 4.
Wow. Which is? Well, 4 plus 7 is, 4 times 7 is?
4 times 7 is 28.
And plus 4
is 32.
Now we can add those together. And Eleanor, what do you get?
3,713.
3,713 is beautiful. Now, guys, believe it or not, the next one is actually easier. And it's easier because there's only one level of numbers. You don't have to do a special placeholder, 7 times 8, 7 times 8, 7 times 1, 7 times 3, and don't forget your carries. So what's the 7 times 8?
7 times 8 is 60.
7 times 8 is definitely close to 60, but it's not 60. It can't be, because 60 is only going to be a multiple of 2s and 5s and 6s and 3s. And 7 times 8 doesn't have any of that. Anybody want to help? Valerie? Go ahead, Val.
7 times 8.
Go ahead, Val. And Jason E., unmute yourself. Valerie, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so 7 times 8, you know this. Do you want to pass? You have to say pass. Or
Pass.
okay, great. Eleanor.
56.
Now, Valerie, one helpful way to remember this. Do you remember when Jason B did 4 times 7 and he got 28? Now, do you understand that 7 times 8 is double 7 times 4 because 8 is double 4. So if you take 28 and 28 and add them, you get 56. Is that a good way to remember 7 times 8?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, Jason E., what's the next step? Come on, Jason E., what's the next step? Jason, stop touching the space bar, buddy. I can't hear you.
Multiply 47.
Finish your sentence, buddy.
Multiply 7 by 8.
And then add what?
Add 5.
Right, so what is that? Stop hitting the space bar, Jason E.
Equal to 40.
Look, Jason, stop muting yourself. Seriously. Jason, stop muting yourself. Jason, let me see your thumbs up if you understand me. Stop hitting the space bar. Do you understand and agree? Okay, don't do it again. All right, now, Jason, you have to add 56 and 5. Come on, you can do that. All right, Eleanor, go.
61.
There you go. And that 6 gets carried in the next column. Valerie, what's next?
1 times 7 plus 6.
Which is?
Um, 13.
And finally, Jason B.
3 times 7 plus 1.
Beautifully spoken. And I hope you're trying to work that out, Valerie and Jason E. Go, Jason B. Come on, Jason. 7 times 3 plus 1.
7 times 3 equals 21. 21 plus 1 equals 22.
And our answer, 22,316. Jason E, beautiful job. Jason B, beautiful job. Okay, everybody use what we just learned to do 89 times 22. And you get to look at all the work we did. Okay, I'm gonna go with Eleanor. Go ahead, Eleanor.
1,858.
Now, everybody now look up. That would be Jason E and Valerie. Jason E. Come on, Jason E. You can do it. Move the computer so I can see you. Now pay attention. The beauty of this problem, guys, is you can do 2 times 89 and then repeat it. So 2 times 9 is, come on, everybody. 18. 16 plus 1.
17.
And now we know that 2 times, Jason E, you better look up, buddy. You're gonna miss this. You're gonna miss this once again. Then you have to do 2 times 89 again, which you know is 178. You don't have to do any work. And 8, 5, 9, and 1. So Eleanor, you got really, really close. Really, really close. Do you understand why you were off by 100? And Jason E, put that away, please. That is a distraction. And you are not listening because of that. Okay, go, Jace. Go, Eleanor.
What?
I want to know why you said 1858. Where did you make your mistake? We can really learn from that.
I missed the carry.
Ah, everybody learned from that. So you taught us a great lesson. We have to use our carry. It is the most important thing. It's very, very valuable. So great job, guys. Great job. Now, I'm going to do one crazy thing. You ready? Why don't you guys try that? A fun problem to try.
$411.
So some of oh, let me see. Wow. Well, Jason E, look up here, Jason E. All you did was 1 times 111. What about the placeholder? What about the double placeholder in the next? Come on, you got more work to do. Jason B, what'd you get?
I'm not quite finished.
Oh, okay.
Theta equals 22. 6.
Come on, Jason, you got to do this right, buddy. It's 1 times 1, 1 times 1, 1 times 1. And then again, repeat and repeat and add. Who thinks they have the answer? Go ahead, Jason.
12,321.
And do you guys see that that number is a palindrome? Eleanor, look up. Valerie, Jason E, look up. So, Jason E, come on, buddy. Jason E, try to keep your pencil in your hand if you can. Now, Jason, did you fix your problem to have the 2 lines that you missed? Did you fix that?
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. And what did you get for an answer, Jason B? 12,321. What do you think would happen if we multiplied 4 ones
4 ones.
times the same?
Would be the same.
What would that be?
3. Then at the holder.
Do you guys see what we just did? All right, you ready? New challenge. Now, guys, I want you to use the same pattern. The same pattern. And let's see how it works. Everybody listen to Eleanor. Eleanor, you ready?
Which one? I'm still doing it.
Yeah, but guys, just follow the pattern. You don't actually have to do any mathematics. Valerie, look up. Jason E, look up. Go ahead, Jason. Jason E, I'm going to ask you one more time to please look up. All right, Jason B, go.
12 million, 12,300,300 45,000.
No. Did you write down the digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you write down those digits?
No.
Jason B, did you write down those 9 digits?
No.
Okay, well, do you see the pattern? 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Everybody look up, Valerie and Jason E. Jason E, Jason E. Jason E, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, I want you to look at the screen. When I call your name, you look up. Do you understand that? All right. Now, do you see that the 4 ones times the 4 ones is 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1? But the 5 ones, Eleanor, read that number to us.
123,454,321.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, follow that pattern one more time, and everybody write out what they think the answer is. Follow the pattern. Don't recreate the wheel. And Jason, you're just playing with your pen, so you're not working it. You're gonna miss it. You pay attention, you write, you do it. Let me know when you've got it. All right. All right, everybody, look up. All right, we're gonna let Jason B try to write this down and try to read that to us.
12 billion
Yep.
354,321.
Wow. Now, guys, the last possible one we could ever do. And note, did you guys notice that when there were 3 ones, that the number in the middle was what? Jason E? When there were 3 ones, the number in the middle was what?
1,
The number in the middle was?
2,
The number in the middle was? Jason, look at the screen.
3,
The number in the middle was 3. When there were 4 zeros, the
3,
number in the
2,
middle
1.
was?
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. And Valerie, when there were 4 ones, the number in the middle was?
4,
And when they were, Eleanor, 5 ones, the number in the middle is?
5,
And when there's 6 ones, Jason B, the number in the middle was?
6.
And so now, what if we did all right, there are 9 ones there. Let's see what you guys can do. Okay, everybody look up. Let's see if that's the answer you got. Did you have a 9 in the middle? Come on, 9 ones. Did you have a 9 in the middle?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
this number is, by the way, these are quadrillions. So
What?
it's 12 quadrillion,
Quadrillion.
345,
Trillion.
678,
678
Billion. Million.
654, and 321. Now, guys, that is some really, really big mathematics. Really, really big mathematics. I'm really proud of you guys. Now, you're going to answer the area in parts. First, you're going to do the green. Then you're going to do the purple. Then you're going to do the yellow. Okay, so who knows the first piece? What times what gives us the area of that section of the big rectangle? Come on, what are the dimensions of that green rectangle? Valerie. Valerie, what are the dimensions of the green rectangle?
8 and 100.
And we say 8 by 100. So 8 times 100. Now, how about this one, Jason B? What's the area of that guy? 8 times what?
8 times 127.
So come on, Jason. What does that look like? What does that look like?
8
times 20.
Right. 8 times 20. And Eleanor, little yellow rectangle.
7 times 8.
And to be consistent, guys, we had 8 times the quantity of 100 plus 20 plus 7, or 8 times 127. All right? Are you guys ready? 8 times 100 is?
800.
And 8 times 20?
160.
That's right, 160. Jason E, pay attention. And then what we do is we add 160. And then we add what, everybody? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
56.
And if we add all those together, come on, guys. 6. And come on, Valerie.
10.
That's right. And what's the answer to the problem? And read it out loud, Valerie.
1016.
That's exactly right. And that is 8 times 127. Using something that we call distributive property. All right. And distributive property is when we do 8 times 100 plus 8 times 20 plus 8 times 7. And then we add all those together. Really exciting problem to work on. Now, the next one, I want you to solve this. So if Sally buys 26 shirts for $14 each, Jason E., you're the only one not listening. I would appreciate it if you would listen so I don't have to keep reminding you, buddy. Jason, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay. Jason, I want you to stop doing what you're doing, and I want you to turn your body and look at the screen only. So your shoulders are square, like you're going to hit a free throw in basketball. Okay, that's what paying attention is all about. Now, Sally buys 26 shirts for $14 each, and then pays with a $400 cash. When we subtract that, we get the change. So go ahead, 26 times 14, and then subtract that from 400. Jason, are you even working this? You don't look like you're doing anything. You're just kicking back and everybody else is working. Come on, buddy. Okay, go ahead, Jason.
164.
So when you did this, you got 364. And then did you get 364 when you did 26
No.
times 14?
Look, the red part.
Yeah, I don't really see your answer, but maybe next time you could write it on a clean piece of paper and then circle it. Oh, let's see. I see 600. I don't know what I see, but all I know is
What?
that 400 minus,
164.
right, I hear that, but if you take 400 minus 364, we do not get 164. What do we get? Who has worked this problem? Jason B, Eleanor, Valerie? Go ahead, Jason B.
Actually, I did the subtracting part oppositely. Like I put the 400 on the bottom.
I know, but how can you subtract a bigger number from a smaller number? Number one. Also, did everybody get 26 times 14 is 364? Eleanor, what about you, honey?
What?
Did you get 364 for 26 times 14?
No.
What did you get, honey?
564.
564? Jason B?
Uh, the change was 136.
I do not agree.
The change
Valerie,
the change was 36.
the change, guys, is only 36. Jason E, look up, please. Eleanor, look up, please. Now, assuming that you did, Jason, stop doing what you're doing, please, and look at the screen and pay attention. Assuming that you did 26 times 14 correctly, which I think some of you did, then you have to subtract that 364 from 400, with the 0 becomes a 10, and you borrow from that 0, which makes a 9. You always have to borrow from the next, and therefore 9 minus 6 is 3, 10 minus 4 is 6, and that should be your final answer. Very, very nice. Now, does anybody know how many minutes there are in 1 hour? Raise your hand. Okay, go for it. Say it, please.
60.
All right. If there are 60 minutes in an hour, how many minutes are there in 1 day?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's go with both of you who've got it. Valerie, are you close?
I'm still working on it.
Tell me what you've done, though. I want to know what you've written down. That would really help me to make it faster for you. So what did you write down first, Valerie?
Down 24 times 60.
And did you write it like this?
Yes.
Okay, what did you do first?
Four times 0.
And and
2 times 6.
no, you did the same thing that Jason did earlier. Come on, it's 0 times 4 and 0 times 2.
Yeah.
And that's also a 0. And then what's the next thing, Valerie? Come on, Valerie, what do we need under this 0? Valerie, what do we need under this 0? Come on, remember all those problems we worked on. Every single one of them. We had a placeholder underneath that first digit. In this one, placeholder. In this one, placeholder. Are you seeing this, Valerie?
Yes.
So what do you think we do? And what do you think we put underneath the 0?
Placeholder.
Right. And then, Eleanor.
What?
Go ahead, honey. What's next?
Times 4.
And
Equals 24.
good. And then Jason B.
2 times 6 plus 2,
is,
which equals 14.
and if you add those together, now let me show you a faster way. But in order for me to do this, everybody has to look up and be very, very attentive. So put down your pencils. Now, remember, Jason E, I said, put down your pencil. And I want you to look right at the screen. When you have a number that has a 0 on the end of it, like 60, cast away that 0 to the right. What I do, I cast away that 0. Valerie, please look up. Eleanor, please. And Jason E. Jason E. Okay, here we go. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 2 plus 2 is 14. And then we have to remember to do what with the 0?
Add it.
Tack it on to the rest of the problem, and we get our answer. Yes, Eleanor.
I did it like that.
Wow. So everybody try now. And what we'll do is we'll let you look at the screen here. What if I did 168 times 60? Come on, you know how you have to write it out. Jason, you get to work. Remember, send your 0 outside. Now, Jason E, get going. You're not working it. Everybody else is writing. Come on, Jason E, lean in. Lean in, you can do this. All right. Did you guys multiply 6 times 8 to get 48? And then 6 times 6, 36 plus 4 is 40. And then 6 times 1 plus 4. Eleanor, what was your final answer?
10,080.
Wow. Guys, do you know what that means? That there are 10,080 minutes in 1 week. So every time you guys go through 1 week on the calendar, you have traveled 10,080 minutes through time. Is that pretty crazy? Right? That's per week. And I think if we multiply that by 52, we would end up getting a number for the year at 525,600 minutes in a year. Now, guys, do you know why I know that number?
Why?
Because there's a song from a play, a Broadway play called Rent, that they literally sing about what a year is like. And they say 500. Whoa. Are you okay? Okay. So 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in a life? So if it's okay with your parents, maybe you will download that song and listen to it, and you'll never forget how many minutes there are in a year. Do you like that number? And you can only come up with big numbers like that if you know your multiplication. So we're really going to work on it really, really hard, and everybody's going to be successful. All right. Everybody have a great week, and I'll see you next Saturday. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.